Welcome everyone to today's video, where we'll be showcasing the transformation journeys of multiple patients. So, let's begin with the journeys of our first patient and see how their hair transplant surgery transformed their appearance, restored their hairlines, and boosted their confidence.
So don't be scared. Don't be on the fence. Go for it. I think it's kind of a life-changing event because you lost hair, you kind of got bald, and then you get full set of hair, which by the way are your own hair. It's not like you're putting a hair patch, which obviously looks really fake. And I did visit a shop where somebody recommended me to put a hair patch, but I hated it because off the bat it looks fake, right? So I think hair transplant is the way to go, and I would highly recommend anybody who wants to go down that path. All right. Hi, everyone. This is Varun Khanna. I'm based out of Chicago, and I got my hair transplant done in the year 2023. So it's been 2 years, and I've been through 3 rounds of therapy post my hair transplant, and overall, I'm really happy with the results. In fact, I have recommended my cousin who got his hair transplant done here last year. He's very happy as well. And I also recommended tons of my friends too. I'm hoping they'll stop by QHT as well. On the day of surgery, I think the doctor and the staff here was very helpful, friendly. They made sure that I'm following along with the instructions that they were giving me. At the same time, they were pretty informative about the steps that they're going to take. So they were keeping me in the loop. That made me feel really comfortable. And then they offered me, an option to speak up if I'm having some discomfort or pain, which I did, so they did added some additional anesthesia for me when it was wearing off. My surgery last year, actually, I did it in 3 sittings. And since my grafts were really high, 5,800, so it has to be done in 3 sittings. And I spent about 6 to 8 hours for the good portion of those 3 days. I think the one thing that really impressed me about the cleanliness and the professionalism of not only doctors, but the staff here as well. They were very friendly. They offered me to take a break for washroom, snacks and everything. So they really took care of me. And, I was very comfortable, although this process is pretty evasive. But I'll tell you, I didn't felt any pain during the process. And I was very happy, that I was scared originally about going through this procedure, especially it has to do with your head and you don't want to take a chance. But the way I was operated and the transplant was conducted, I knew that, I choose the right place. So yeah, it was wonderful. Yeah, as far as the surgery is concerned, I luckily haven't gone through surgery anywhere, but I've seen my relatives going through that surgery and operations and OD and whatnot. It usually is pretty stressful environment where people get scared and feared for what's there to come. But I think here, because of the constant communications and hearing what our doctor and the staff is going to do next, it really make you feel at ease. Because you know what's coming next, right? There's supposed to somebody just putting a needle down your head or something. So I really like that part. I think it was awesome. So yeah. I think the post surgery instructions were shared with me from what diet to take, how often I need to spray the saline water. And then also I stopped by because I was not too far from the QHT clinic. I stopped by for the first wash as well. In between, the staff followed up with me on my phone number, constantly asking me how I'm doing and everything. One other thing that I felt was awesome because obviously, like everybody, I did tons of research on YouTube and I literally had not much swelling. Like I've seen people forehead ballooning up, right? I did have some swelling, but it was not visible. So it was awesome. And I felt at ease because I was not seeing any signs. Obviously, going through the surgery is really scary, but the way everything worked out for me, I couldn't ask for anything more than that. And the follow-ups were there continuously, even post a year from the surgery, where somebody from the staff had followed up on. During the course of that, I did have questions, right? I live in the United States, so it's like almost 12 hours of difference, give or take. But then I knew that somebody would follow in the morning of their time. So yeah, it was good. And I really like dealing with their staff as well as the rest of the crew here. Yeah, my overall experience post surgery has been great. I had a good growth of hair within like 6 to 9 months of span, right? Got a lot of compliments from my friends and family, even from my colleagues at work. So I felt great about it. I think the results are awesome where I was before hair transplant. And I got to the decision because I'm like, this is the right time for me. And a lot of people who are on the fence about not going through the hair transplant, I would highly recommend them to go do that. It's not that painful. It's managed by doctors and the staff really well. And then they have medication to manage your pain. And quite honestly, like I stopped taking painkillers within 3 to 4 days after my surgery. Never touched that after. So don't be scared. Don't be on the fence. Go for it. I think it's kind of a life-changing event because you lost hair, you kind of got bald, and then you get full set of hair, which by the way are your own hair. It's not like you're putting a hair patch, which obviously looks really fake. And I did visit a shop where somebody recommended me to put a hair patch, but I hated it because off the bat it looks fake, right? So I think hair transplant is the way to go, and I would highly recommend anybody who wants to go down that path. I've been into this journey for 2 years now. My transplant was done in 2023. I think the hair growth has been awesome. This is my third PRP, and I try to visit India from Chicago every year. So I'm looking forward to coming next year, continue my journey and share my story, and obviously get one more PRP done while I'm there. So good luck to everybody who's trying to get their transplant done. Again, I highly recommend QHT. It's the right place for you guys. Good luck.
Let's move on to the next patient.
I got to know this about the QHT through an YouTube channel. So that time I was just exploring the option where I can do this, this hair transplant or the surgery of this hair transplant. So then I came to know about QHT. Then since that time I was in some different city. I was not in Ghaziabad. So from there I just contacted the QHT through their available number on Google, and I got some more information. Then I booked appointment with QHT team. When I discussed this whole issue with about my hair fall, so the answer what I've got from the doctor is very satisfactory, and he was very transparent whether your surgery will be successful or not. So he was very much clear. He was not giving any false commitment that it will be successful and all. So it was very clear instruction and very clear answer to the problem. So then I was satisfied and then decided to, okay, I'll go with this surgery with the QHT. So the day my surgery was planned, I arrived here in QHT Haridwar, and I got all support from all support staff, doctors, all the administrative team. So when the surgery happened, yes, it was not that painful, but it was like something pinching on my head, but it was not that painful. Yeah, so it's a time-taking process. It's not a 1 minute, 2 minute job. It's a time-taking process. So it takes times, but it was not that painful. After surgery, they have instructed me all the precautions, and then after that, also they have continuously followed up with me that what I have to follow, what I have to avoid. So during that time, I kept all the precautions what is suggested by the QST team. Yes, there was some swelling, but not that swelling I faced. It was very normal. When I removed that tape which they put after the surgery, I did not face any kind of a swelling on my face. It was normal. Then they instructed me that how to wash my head after the surgery, what precaution I have to take, so I don't have to rub hardly on the surgery part. So it was very good support from the entire QST team. Even post surgery, when the PRP session was arranged, it was well communicated, well supported. On a periodic basis, I used to receive a call from the QST team that how's the result. Also, they were many times asking me about the pictures so that they can see the growth level of my this surgery, and it gave me a very good result, which you can see right now on my head and the hair. The growth was very satisfactory. So it was very successful surgery, I feel. Even I'm more interested to go for a more to create a more density in my hair. So maybe in future I can plan for that also. So I would suggest, and I also recommend wherever people ask me that from where you got this surgery and all. So I always recommend that QST is the best center to get this solution because of the team, the staff, the doctor, the transparent communication. So there is nothing they are going to hide. They give you clear and absolutely a clear instruction and clear result oriented things. So I always suggest to go for the QST, and also recommend all my known person, relative, friends, whomsoever ask me, then I always recommend for QST. Thank you.
Let's move on to the next patient.
Today we are sharing the 12-month hair transplant result of our patient who was 28 years old and confronting the challenges of Norwood grade 3 baldness. At this stage, the hairline was gradually receding, forming a classic M-shaped pattern. There was also a huge amount of sparsity on the sides of the frontal area, which was affecting the overall density and frame of his face. The central part of the patient's frontal area, mid-scalp and crown areas were absolutely healthy. There was good natural growth present in these areas and did not require any surgical intervention. When our experts performed a detailed scalp analysis, it became clear that the patient's donor area was very strong and densely packed with healthy hair follicles. These areas had thick and healthy hair follicles, making this patient a perfect candidate for a hair transplant. After a detailed scalp analysis, our experts designed a custom-shaped hairline according to the patient's unique facial structure and proportions, keeping the hairline slightly lower in the middle to create a youthful and balanced look, and drawn exactly at the precise distance of 6.9 cm from the glabella point. Not only the hairline but the entire affected frontal area was carefully outlined. This ensured that the restoration plan created blends naturally with the existing healthy hair, and the final result achieved absolutely perfect density and sharp definition. During the procedure, our experts implanted single and thin hair follicles in the hairline zone to ensure a soft, natural appearance, avoiding any pluggy or unnatural look. For the frontal area and the slightly affected mid-scalp, our experts implanted double and triple hair follicles to enhance volume and density, creating a fuller, more balanced result. In this case, a total of 2,500 grafts were implanted, all extracted from the patient's safe donor area, ensuring healthy, long-lasting hair growth, while maintaining a natural look. One month post-transplant, when our patient visited the clinic for his follow-up PRP session, our experts noticed 70% shedding in the transplanted area. This temporary shedding allows the newly implanted follicles to reset and prepare for new permanent growth in the coming months. Meanwhile, in this period, his donor area has healed completely, leaving no sign of the procedure. Two months post-transplant, the shedding phase was coming to an end, with most of the transplanted follicles having already shed their hair shafts. This phase sounds alarming for some patients, as they panic about why their hair is being shed. But the truth is that only the hair shaft falls out, and the root remains intact beneath the scalp, entering a resting phase before gradually reactivating and beginning new permanent hair growth in the coming month. 4 months post-transplant, the progress was amazing. His hairline looks visibly defined and perfectly framing his facial features. The frontal area has gained light blockage density with the seamless integration of transplanted and native hairs. His overall scalp was full of lush, voluminous growth, restoring his youthful appearance and self-confidence. "12 months post-transplant, the final results were amazing. His scalp was now covered with thick, voluminous hair, giving him the fullness he had been missing. His hairline had become completely defined and framed his facial contours perfectly. Each day, his hair seemed to gain more density, especially in the frontal area, which now appeared fully restored. During this period, he got haircuts and styled his hair according to his own choice. The transformation he got over these months is praiseworthy. These lasting results speak to the quality and precision of the work done here at QHT Clinic by our team of experienced experts. If you or someone you know is dealing with baldness, feel free to share this video with them. Book a consultation with our experts and take control of your baldness.
Hello friends, if you have not subscribed to our channel yet, please like this video, share and subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you will get update on every video.